let's get back to what's going on. Hazel, at last.
Hazel wants to know more about that tower, and she's willing to pay for information. If there's any way to get good information. That one. Anybody who you can ask if you are so inclined.
It would be nice if there was kind of a...
There must be people who sell information, right?
Yes, and now you actually have a couple of henchmen who
I do have a couple of henchmen too.
I'm going to say that yes, if you can, I'm wondering if there are rules or things we should worry about here, but I don't think it will be too difficult for you to spread around a little money and get some word from the people that your henchmen can go and talk to. And what sort of information specifically are you looking for?
Anything specific about defenses and if there actually are riches or if it's just people's talk and how it looks from the inside, the lay of the land.
Well, the issue here is that the only people who go in and come back out in a way that means that they're not just servants there's the family Devizat, and it has been there for a long time, and it is associated with the political group called the Black Mist, which is different from the Golden Void that Mila is involved with. And I'm pretty sure Hazel does not really pay much attention to politics. So who knows? It's another one. You see people, their slogans and things and whatever. And so what you know is that when people go in, they apparently have regular meetings there. Like some important people in that party will go to the tower and have meetings there, and it's not really a secret. But they never talk about their meetings. You know nothing about what gets negotiated there, and the people you're talking to wouldn't know anyway. But it is confirmed that servants, who are always women, work there, and that some of them finish their employment, seem to be very, very, very well paid, and they universally leave and are never seen again. Whereas others are also never seen again. But workmen go and seem to do a lot of stonework there. And in fact, you can say that it is a really big deal. Everybody knows you do not look in the package of whatever it is you cart away from there and dump off into that quarry. You do not look in the package, and everyone seems to have been actually very obedient about this. You're thinking perhaps, well, somebody must have looked sometime, and the answer is no, we haven't.
Actually, I think she is smart enough to decide that the site's too big, at least right now. So she decides not to get any closer involved with this. But it keeps rolling around in her head.
Okay. That's a very good question. All right then. Have you, at this point or another, have you been conducting most of this during the day or during the night? I believe the first time you were there was during the day.
Yes.
Okay. This area is very well policed. Rich people do a very good job of conducting security. And there are people who have they're wearing vests with a symbol on it which designates this district, and they have a leader who is wearing a helmet. They are armed with short spears and clubs, and they walk in formation. Not very well, but in formation enough. And so as you are snooping around in the first early phases of all of this, and waiting for information to come back to you, these that you will see that they are stopping and questioning every person they don't know. They'll wave to, some tradesmen or something who go by, they wave. But, one of the people you have hired who is coming back to you gets a very severe investigation, and sadly seems to be saying something like, I don't know, there's this lady who's inquiring about things, or at least seems to be speaking very freely to them about what they might be doing here.
I am going to ignore that and making my way out of the area. Actually, I'm planning to go back to the Thieves Guild and stare a little bit at my little twig.
Okay. So we'll get back to you on this. Now I want to deal with the two of you. And then we'll find the proper map for this. I'm really going to be jumping around because I don't want to leave people out. And I know there's more waiting than we like, but I think we can do okay. Here's this map, and here is this map. Right. So you have backed away from the door, and Calum and Theanos have come up. They are holding their makeshift weapons, and they are saying, are you all right?
Yeah, I'm all right, but we need to visit our neighbors.
They kind of look at each other and say, you think so? The door has almost closed, and there's like one eyeball peering out at you. And that's when you arrive at this doorway as well, right there. So there is the two guys who are working on this area have now joined him. They are dressed for heavy labor, so one has no shirt and the other one is they're wearing old clothes, and they have a shovel, and that guy has a nice knife, and and you are kind of saying, what shall I do about this?
Alexa, we need to meet our neighbors because they are kind of important.
All right then.
But don't kill them. Everyone.
Me? Why does everyone keep saying that to me?
I know you're a big guy. Everyone's afraid. Everyone's afraid of them. They're powerful allies. Can be.
All right. What do you want to do then?
Okay, let's just link our arms together and go in. Oh no.
You're like, not through the skylight. I mean, not in the middle of the night. I mean, this is not your comfort zone.
Walk up to the front.
Broad daylight with people I don't know.
Yeah. So as you approach the door, it doesn't close, and you can actually push it inward. And whoever was there you can actually hear them retreating back into the darkness.
Keep an eye out for ambushes.
Yeah, good idea. And the two of you are actually both pretty good at seeing in the dark. The two henchmen with you are not. One of them scoops up one of the bitten candles and lights it. And so so that you are proceeding into this area. You are coming into an area which just especially over to your left, which would you know the layout is, so it would be this region right here.
Right.
Really stinks. I mean, it is like monkey hell in there. But if you go back further back that way, down this hallway, then you will find that it is not so bad. There is a portion here, you know the layout, having walked around, that the hall you're in has no door to. So there's an area over here to your right that there is no immediate portal into it that you can see. But you know there's space there because you know the size of the place. It's kind of weird. It's like a dungeon, but you know the shape from the outside. So, and there is a second floor above you, so you know, or I'm sorry, there is a first floor above the ground floor. And that is, so you know that exists. So as you proceed in and into past that really smelly area, you will be aware of there's old paintings, there's an old carpet, it looks like a mansion. It looks like a really affluent kind of home, but it is beat up and junky and almost horrifying in its neglect. Smells of old dust and long rotted furniture and wood that has not been taken care of. To your left, no, to your right, there is finally a break in the hallway, and there are stairs that go down, and you can see that they turn. And then there's the hallway continuing down that hallway, and there are some things on your. I've got to do this. Right then. To your left. Oh, that's much easier. There are some things set into niches in the hallway on the left, in this long hallway. And this is kind of getting horror movie-like. It's like the hallway seems longer, when you look at it. So, but right now that hallway is really long, and it has besides that staircase, there's nothing, no doors on that wall. And on the opposite wall, there are those things, whatever they are, set into the niches there.
Alexa, what do you think?
The baboon apparently scooted back into the baboon-ish region.
Should we go forward, up, down?
Well, it seems like going down, it seems to only be one exit. Then we go only up, we backwards, so if we're blocked in, then we have no escape.
Can we go up without going forward through the hallway?
No. There is at this point no evident staircase or other passage upward. It must be elsewhere.
Is the walls climbable?
Well, they're kind of the ordinary. There's not much point. I mean, the ceiling is like right there. It's not.
Right.
It's not. It's more like a house corridor.
Right.
I order my Kalim and Thanos to run in forward.
Really?
Yeah.
They kind of look at each other and. Okay, I will say that this is going to drop their reaction roll, their morale roll, if things go badly a little. Just so you know, they're not stupid. They'll obey, and they go forward, and I would like you to roll for surprise. And you actually will have an adjusted result from the surprise. Okay, so that means that your group is surprised. And they actually have to roll as well, actually. They get a 3, and so the difference is 2. You have a reaction modifier of 2 against surprise, so you lose no time at all. You uniquely have not been surprised. because you are just that reactive. You and the henchman are both a little bit alarmed, and so therefore, when those things in the niches lurch forward, almost like they are falling, as these skeletons held together only by a few strips of tendon, they lurch out of these niches and fall upon the henchman. So therefore, they are going to get free attacks. Ooh, one is going to hit, and we'll only do 1 point of damage to Thanos. I'm going to have to start keeping some track on that damage to our pals here. So, there are 3 of them, and the 2 leading ones have gone after them, and the one that is closest is turning to you, and you are there right next to him. The question is now whether you can, since your result actually, 3 minus for you 0, you actually have a shot at the skeleton first.
Right.
You were, yeah, they did. If they had rolled better, 3 minus. God, that's confusing. Subtract that one from that one, and then that operates in your favor, in the benefit of the lower one. You definitely have more segments than they do. You actually are able to get in the hit on the skeleton first.
Right.
So